Today on Contractor Fight TV, I'm going to talk about one thing that will help you get to your ideal destination as a contractor, business owner, CEO, president, peep. Let's do this. Fighters, if you're watching this channel, it means you're combing through YouTube and podcasts and other resources trying to get better. And maybe you've gotten some clarity and you've moved the needle a little bit in the right direction for you. You're moving the chains, as we say in football, all right? And but you're not going as fast as you want to go. You're not having the success that you want to have as quickly as you want to have it. Maybe you've stalled out or whatever it might be. And what I want to share today is this one thing that we coach a lot in our programs, and I want to give you a little bit of it here today. In order to get where I want to go, I got to become somebody different. Okay, hopefully you understand what that means. If I want to get to this next level, it's not just a matter of doing a certain few activities. It's about changing who I am for the better on the inside and working inside out, from the center on out. Who will you be? I want you to answer that question. Who are you going to choose to be? And making that choice first starts with deciding what you're going to stand for. When you wake up each day, when you go to bed each night, when you look in the mirror, when you interact with people, who do you want to be? Who do you need to become in order to reach the goals that you have? And one of the things that we talk about here in the fight is our code of conduct. And I spoke at length to this at our Mile High Profit Summit, which we'll put a link down here somewhere on the screen for you guys, because we're selling out tickets right now for this September's event in 2022 just outside of Denver, and you need to be in the room. All right, some powerful stuff is going to happen there. But that aside, last year I shared my personal code of conduct, and what that means is my standard. How am I going to show up each day? And I've had a lot of success in life, and I know a lot of people have had a lot of success in life and business, but until you really dial in, dig deeper into who you want to be as a human being and how you want to show up and what your standard operating system is going to be for you, you're only going to reach so far to where you want to go. Okay? And so I want to share a few things for you guys as examples, and I'm going to speak a little bit to these things, and you do what you want with it. But I will tell you, when you make the commitment to create your own code of conduct and live by it and honor it, shit changes in a hurry, in a good way, okay? So first thing on my code is simply the phrase, live unafraid. You might have seen me on the show here before with the t-shirt, live unafraid. We sell some swag that says it. But what that means to me is I got to step up. I got to take some risks. I got to get uncomfortable. I need to stop holding myself back. For so many years, I held myself back because of my own head trash, thinking I was stupid because I rode the short bus for 2 years. I was in special ed. I could go on and on and on about all the things that I would push down because of fear. And I'll tell you right now, most of the things that we're afraid of don't happen. And so living unafraid to me means I'm going to walk into the punch. If there's something uncomfortable to do, I'm going to go attack it. I'm going to get in its face and throat punch that bitch. Okay? That's what that means to me. I'm not going to cover all mine. I got about 8 things here that are just kind of my own code. My next one that I want to share with you guys is be like water. Be like water. Water always finds a way. Okay? It finds a way in the house. It's coming down the mountainside. You put something there. Most cases, it finds a way through. It squirrels through. Or the example of water in a rock. The water always cuts through the rock because it's persistent. It keeps showing up. It finds a way. That's what be like water means to me. So every morning with all my codes, I have a notes thing on my phone here, and I pull it up, and part of my routine is I go over my code and all these different things, and I say these things out loud, and I create my affirmations around this, like I'm like water. I keep showing up. I am relentless. Okay, that's how I use this stuff, and I brainwash myself in a good way into being more successful. Many years ago, I spent time with a guy who's, let's just say, massively successful. He's created several companies that you all know, that you've all heard of, and I was being mentored by this person. And every time I spent time with him, and I would leave, I would say to myself, he is so kind. Like, he just makes me want to be a kinder human being. He just had this kindness about him. And so one of my phrases in my code that I try to live by is lead in kindness. You know, one of the things that we talk about behind the scenes in the fight with our own team meetings and stuff is how we can love each other. And I don't mean weird stuff here, so don't get all crazy on me, okay? But, you know, love protects. Love has each other's back. It's kind. Doesn't keep a record of wrongs. Yes, I'm quoting the Bible, by the way, okay? And sometimes it's tough love. Sometimes it's a shoulder to lean on. To me, it's about being kind. It's about loving our team, loving our customers. And I have to remind myself, I get pretty damn intense. You guys know that if you watch this more than 5 minutes, right? And I have to remind myself that I want to show up with kindness. I often ask myself, like, if I get hit by a bus and somebody's speaking at my funeral and people are going through the line and hugging my family and whatever, what do I want them saying? I want them saying, he was a really kind dude. He really cared. You know, some variation of that. To me, that's more important than, you know, all the other bullshit, right? So that's part of my code. Get up one more time. It's part of my code. All right? In order to win, you just got to get up one more time than you're punched and knocked down. Just keep getting up. And you get throat punched and that hurt and you're on the canvas. You know what? Get up. One more time. One more time.
One more time.
One more time. That's how you win. That's kind of goes with like being like water, right? I'm just going to keep showing up. I'm too stubborn. I'm too stupid to quit. I'm going to keep getting up because I know over time I'm going to learn some lessons. I'm going to change my strategies and some tactics and this and that. And then I'm going to start getting knocked down less and less and less. And I'm going to win bigger over time. Next one, mediocrity dies today. Mediocrity dies today. We live in a world where good enough is good enough. All right? And I'm not going to go into all the things I think are wrong with the world and society and entitlement and all that other stuff. But what if I showed up every day and tried to do everything with excellence? That I didn't settle for mediocrity. Okay? The way I show up here, the way I show up for a coaching call, and the time that I put in planning a webinar we do inside our Battleground program or whatever it is, or the time we spend preparing for Mile High Profit Summit, which I mentioned earlier. One of the things that I was so proud of, we had 350 or so people there last year in 2021. The biggest feedback we got is you guys did everything at an excellent level. You didn't take any shortcuts. You didn't half-ass anything. That was the greatest compliment that I could have gotten as the leader of the fight. Okay, mediocrity dies today. And finally here, part of my code, and I skipped a couple, but it's the word finish. Finish. What does that mean to you? Okay? Once you picture taking a nail, and you set the nail, and you hit it twice and it's halfway in, just tap it in, and you walk away. And then you drive the same thing with another nail, and another nail, and another nail. Now you got all these nails that are half set. You didn't finish any of them, and you're like tired and overwhelmed. I got all these things going on. What are those nails in your business, your life? Maybe you started, a YouTube channel for your business and you never really finished a video. Maybe it's, job costing. You started it, but I'm not really doing it very consistently. Guys, whatever you're going to do, drive the nail in all the way and finish the job. When I go out and I run, or whatever it is, and I'm going to run to that street corner, I run to the other side of the street corner. Because in my mind, I got to finish. I'm going to run through the finish line. I used to coach our football players. Play through the last echo of the whistle. Finish the play. Okay, there's so many things we can talk about finishing. All right, what if you showed up like that? So listen, you can just settle, not have a code, not call yourself higher, not be the example, and the result will be mediocrity, right? You'll have a hard time attracting talent. I know that's a big thing in the trades right now. You want to attract more talent? Live by a code. Because people want to be around people that are winners. People want to be around people that are setting the example and have a good energy about them and a confidence. Some of you can't build or keep a team because you don't honor the commitments that you make to yourself. Last thing I want to stay here, okay? is success doesn't care how you feel. My standard, my code of conduct is my standard. It's how I show up. It's what I do regardless of the weather. Okay? Doesn't matter how I feel, if I slept well at night, if I'm overwhelmed with all these other things. If I made a commitment, I have to honor the commitment. So if you say you're going to time block some time to call your past customers and, check in on them, and then the time comes, you're like, it's Thursday, I got an hour before I go home, I'm kind of tired, and I had a really good sale today, so I can take my foot off the gas. Your feelings are kicking your ass right there. So if you want to have success with this stuff, you 100% need to be committed to your code of conduct, to your standard, and not fall victim to how you feel about things. I super appreciate you guys hanging out with us today on Contractor Fight TV. I encourage you, create your own code of conduct. When you do that, good shit happens, but only if you implement the code of conduct and all that stuff that we talked about. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the link here below. Check out our Mile High Profit Summit. We'd love to hang out with you guys. We got amazing things happening in the room. We're a bigger venue this year, a couple hundred more people. It's going to be epic. As always, we're going to do it at a high level because mediocrity dies today. You guys rock. I got to roll. I appreciate you.